Right. Hello, everybody. This should be our first installment on the section of the class on the pre-Socratic philosophers. So these guys are pre-Socratic or natural philosophers, but they're pre-Socratic insofar as they lived before Socrates lived, and they are natural philosophers, like the author of our book calls them, because they are trying to understand natural order, right? And they're trying to understand the natural order in terms of natural phenomenon. And so that leads us to kind of our first point, is this about logos and mythos. So at one point, the author of our textbook says something like, these guys eventually liberated philosophy from religion, or like took the first steps in doing that. So we might, wonder, be kind of skeptical of that reading of what these guys are doing, right? So here are two plausible or potentially plausible ways of explaining natural phenomenon. So first we'll call it logos, right? And the second one it will call mythos. So logos is a way of thought in which we articulate truth in terms of human reason alone, making use of observation, reasons, and argument to show that the or to show natural causes of natural phenomena. Okay, that's a lot to think through. Okay, so basically the idea here is that when we have some kind of something going on, right? Some kind of physical phenomenon, maybe photosynthesis. What do we, or maybe like thunder and lightning? What do we want to explain? Like how is it that thunder and lightning come into existence, right? We could say that it's Zeus, right? We could say that the gods are up to something, and maybe they're getting into a fight, and that's why there's thunder and lightning. Or we can say that, look, when there's like various temperature, like movements, that there's friction between different particles, and that creates lightning and thunder, right? I don't know if that's how the science works, but right. So there's two different ways in which we can explain the presence of thunder and lightning. So the idea here is that we use human reason alone, and we look at things, right? Observations, give reasons about those observations, and use those reasons in arguments in order to demonstrate that the natural causes of natural phenomena, right? So the other thing to note here is that I have human reason alone, but also using reasons. So human reason, when I'm gonna say that word quite a lot in this class. This is the capacity for us to entertain different reasons and connect reasons and phenomenon together, like presumably in ways that most or many animals can't do, right? So we can know things like if then reasoning, right? If this happens, then this happens, right? And we can connect different things and different reasons, right? So we can entertain arguments and give all sorts of reasons for different things. Um, and then when I use reasons here, observations, reasons, and arguments, I'm not talking about the capacity to reason, right? To deduce things. I'm talking about reasons as in um, explanations for why things are going on, right? You go to the supermarket. I say, why do you go to the supermarket? Why are you doing that? And you say, well, I need food. And so you needing food is your reason for going to the supermarket, right? That's we're a reason, we engage in reason giving activities all the time. So logos, in short, is using the capacity of human reason alone to explain natural phenomena. Okay, and then by contrast, mythos explains natural phenomenon by way of stories, right? And in virtue of telling these stories, we can get answers to the questions like, where does lightning come from, right? So we might wonder, like, should we just like throw out mythos altogether? Like maybe mythos or mythologies can help show us things about ourselves, right? And help us live better lives, right? More meaningful and more epic kind of lives. So before we throw away Mythos, we might think that it has some value here, even though for some questions it should be distinguished from the logos.